Good morning. Today is September 22nd, 2011, and I will call this special meeting of the Norfolk City Council to order. This is an open meeting. Posted in the northwest corner of this room is the actual Open Meeting Act. Let's stand for a moment of silence this morning in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Beth will take roll.
Coy. Lange.
Here.
Merrill.
Here.
Clausen. Murin.
Here.
Brenneman.
Here.
Faust.
Here.
Saunders.
All right. First, I would ask for the approval of a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion, Your Honor.
Second.
Motion with a second. If you would please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative.
All right. And as well, I need approval for the full agenda as provided us this morning.
So moved, Your Honor. Second.
Moved with a second for approval of the agenda, full agenda. Again, please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative.
All right. We have one item on the agenda this morning. We've been asked for consideration of approval of change directive number 1 and authorization for the mayor to execute subsequent change order with Nemaha Landscape Construction for general construction contact, resulting in a net increase not to exceed $64,260. I'd entertain a motion.
So move consideration, Your Honor.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion with a second. Please vote. And we're going to
All council members voting in the affirmative.
We'll look to you, Dennis.
It's over, huh?
Pardon me?
You already voted.
We're good to go? You want to do
Answer any
it?
questions.
Yeah, let's do. I'm a little off this morning. You guys talk to me when I start doing this. Talk to me.
Not enough coffee yet, huh?
I know. Let's do have a little conversation on it. I've heard you explaining it already, Dennis, to many of the council, but if you will.
CBS is a subcontractor to Nemaha in this project, and they primarily design and build stadium and press boxes and that type of thing. As they were coming to do their initial review of the facility for their design of the new press box and its supporting structure, they recognized that based on the design that they were seeing, where there were multiple different beams used throughout the original construction in 1979, it kind of ran a red flag up to the engineer. So we went back and looked, and there's some beams up there that the size of the beams, they're supported every 6 feet. They need to be supported every 3 feet. So what these modifications will do is to go in and provide that support, as well as beef those beams up over the top of the columns. They also were looking at some loads that are translated from the wind load on the back of the new press box has to get down to the ground. That's going to require that they basically tie the 1940s Vision Stadium and the 1979 Stadium together to get that down to the ground. So this includes some of that work. There's also some sway bracing that the brackets have broke loose from the columns, so we're needing those to be looked at, and those have had some issues over time because they have been re-welded from the original construction, and they have broke again. So we're asking them to make sure that we go in and beef up those connections and make sure that we're not dealing with maintenance repairs down the road. So with that, I'd answer any questions you might have.
Any questions anyone has? Can I ask, though, is there any consideration yet, and I asked this before, as far as some handrails
That's part of the project. There will be handrails in the
Great.
aisles.
Okay.
I'm just not sure when we'll get them there for sure.
Okay. Thank
You know,
you.
the contractor is out there working. You know, we'll ask him after this action this morning that the number one priority is to get the bracing completed
Stability
so
on.
that we'll have the ability to use the balance of the stadium as we go forward throughout the season. And then I'm not sure whether he'll concentrate on the press box or some of those other things. But before they're done, we should have handrails in the aisles and there.
Great.
Probably have a pretty good stadium, except at some point in time we'll probably want to come in and put some aluminum seating in that older section where we've got the wooden planks and the with the covers on them. So
Okay.
It's-
Gary commented we get those in there. He says you'll have pretty much a new stadium.
See, by the construction change directive, who were kind of asking for the end of the month, are we really serious about that?
Yes, we were really serious about that because
Is that,
that deadline was given to them several weeks ago. So they've known what that deadline was, and I think what we'll have, the structural things that are in this change directive, I think we'll make the end of the month on those for sure.
okay, that was the question. I wasn't so concerned about the related painting and things like that, but I was at a meeting last evening and some representatives asked me about when that was going to open up and when the other press box and viewing platform would be in place.
My guess this morning is that press box will probably be in the air by the end of the month. It won't have the electricity and the communications and all those things to it.
Is it on site?
It's supposed to arrive this afternoon.
Oh, good.
We were shooting for that
And we
time.
hope all the structural steel to hold it up there comes this afternoon as well.
We were shooting for that time period because this 2-week period now, the schools didn't really have very many games scheduled down there, so that's what we were trying to push to get that press box in there in that time frame.
Good. Any other discussion or anything? We've
Nope.
taken action. I don't think anybody is.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Would you? We are adjourned then. Thanks, everybody, for coming bright and early this morning. Appreciate it. And I read this just as you had it written here, too, didn't I? Contact,
How you doing?
general construction contact resulting in a net
Oh,
increase.
forgot a little R.
Yeah, and I